We've all heard of the Great Resignation. In fact, we've probably overheard the expression, the Great Resignation. But it doesn't make it any less relevant to today. The Great Resignation is happening. It has happened, and it's continuing to happen. We're all trying to figure out, well, how do I keep my top employees? Because we used to think, well, let's throw money at them. Let's say you're ABC Construction, and you got employees making 50 grand a year. Well, down the street at 123 Construction, they're also offering 50 grand a year. So maybe you say, well, look, we'll give you 10 grand more. Let's make it $60,000 a year to keep you here. Hey, would that work? Well, 123 is going to say the same thing. Hey, no. Come over here. We'll give you that extra 10, $60,000. So what do you do when it's not about money anymore? Because typically it's not. When the money option, when salaries are pretty much the same, for an employee to go, well, look, I got 5 different options. The salary's all the same. What's going to make the difference? There are 4 needs that employees crave, and 5 things you can do to help people want to stay at your company. Here's some of the things that you can do. The first thing is an employee wants to feel competent in their work. What does that mean? Someone doesn't want to go to work and be like, oh my God, I don't know what I'm doing. This wasn't properly explained to me. I feel nervous about it because I'm not sure I can get this done right. When we feel competent in what we do, that translates to feeling confident in what we do. And when we're confident in what we do, we tend to work harder, we tend to work smarter, and we tend to get the job done better. So that's the very first thing you can do, is make sure your employees are set up to feel competent in what it is that they do for your company. The second thing that you can do is this. Most employees want to feel a certain level of autonomy. No one likes to have someone over their shoulder, hey, what are you doing? Hey, what are you doing? Oh, no, don't do it that way, you do it this way. People want to have the instructions given to them and then left to their own accord to get the job done. Now, at the same token, though, you still need to be available for a qualifying question, for a continuing question, or for a clarifying question. But that being said, people crave a certain level of autonomy. And when they have that autonomy, they feel trusted by their employer. They feel trusted by you. And when people feel trusted, again, they tend to work harder, smarter, and they feel a sense of importance within the company, that they're trusted to get the job done. The third thing that people crave as humans, we crave purpose, or as Simon Sinek used to say, or continues to say, they crave the why. Now, what I'm referring to here is people within a company, they want to know the purpose, their purpose, and their why within the company. So your employee wants to know, hey, why do I matter here? What is my purpose within the company? What is the purpose of my job, and how does it matter? We want to know the why. Why am I here other than just to collect a paycheck? Otherwise, you're going to have a room full of paycheck collectors, and that's the worst thing you can have. So it's important that they understand their purpose, why they're important within their company. And again, when that happens, now they feel a sense of pride. And when people have a sense of pride, again, they tend to do their work better, smarter, more efficiently. The fourth thing is this, and it's really more than just a craving. We need to feel harmony and balance within our entire lives. There isn't a separation between home life and work life. There is a synergy between the two. When you're at work and your people are stressed, they got an over sense of workload, they got too much going on, and their life feels out of whack at work, how do you think they're going to feel at home when they go home to their children, their family, their spouse, their puppy dog that they just adopted? When you bring that stress home, now life at home is not so great. And then when life at home is not so great, when you show up at work tomorrow, things are even more out of balance. No harmony going on there. So as leaders, what you need to do is make sure that the environment there has a good harmony and balance between work, some play, some rest, some laughter, some serious conversations. We have to create a work environment that has harmony and balance. Now, if one of those 4 things is not available consistently for your people, they're going to have 1 foot in and they're going to have 1 foot out the door. Today, the tolerance level for people to go, all right, I work for a jerk, or I work for a company that doesn't appreciate me, it's very, very low. You don't want to be that boss. You don't want to be that statistic. You want to be the type of leader that is like, nah, I take care of my people. We need to make sure all 4 of those things are in line. Now, what can you do? There are 5 things that you can do to help your employees feel like, wow, this is the place I want to work for a long, long time. The first thing you need to do is to make sure the right person is in the right job. An example I can give is this. Many years ago in the 90s, I sold cars. It was a newer Acura dealership. And they were massive. They owned, I think, Cadillac, Oldsmobile, Acura, Lexus, Infiniti. They owned all of them. One of them, the Infiniti dealership, there was this guy named Ray. Month after month after month after month, he was the sales leader of all the dealerships, not just Infiniti, but all of them. So as they were trying to build up the Acura, which was new, they brought Ray over to be the sales manager. Now, Ray came over, nice enough guy, but it didn't work. He thought he could take what he knew as a salesperson, what was working for him, and just translate it to everybody. Hey, this is how I do it, so I expect all of you to do it the same way. Well, as we come to know, people are diverse. We have different personalities. Some of us are really outgoing, expressive, gregarious. Some of us not so much. So it didn't translate well at all. I think he lasted maybe a month and a half, 2 months as a sales manager. Didn't work. He went back and resumed his sales at the Infiniti side. And it was still phenomenal, of course. But that's a good example of he was not the right person for that job. Now, how do we get that? Assessments. Assessments are fantastic. In fact, here at Jasper Dynamic, we have an amazing assessment that can actually help you to make sure you have the right people in the right job. The second thing you want to do is make sure you have a development plan for your employees. When I first got into the casino industry many years ago, I started, of course, as a dealer. I was in the table games department, but I knew I wanted to run that place. I wanted to get at least up to the manager level. So I sat down with my direct boss and said, hey, this is what I want to do. How do I get there? So they were more than happy to say, all right, so you need to become a supervisor. How do you become a supervisor is such and such. After supervisor is a manager, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But not everyone is like me, where I'm the type of person, I'll go out there and I'll ask the questions. Some people are not. They're afraid to do that. So what can you do? You got to sit down and you got to talk to your people and say, hey, how are you feeling about your current position here? Do you like it? How do you feel? Do you feel competent? Do you feel confident? Are you feeling good? They might say, hey, I'm perfect here. I love my spot. But what if they aspire to move up? Maybe someone is an entry-level maintenance person, but aspires to be a facilities manager someday at your company. Help them to sit down and say, okay, that's fantastic. Let's get you there. Why do you do that? You do that because people feel a sense of growth. They feel, hey, wow, I'm not stuck at this position. I can move up. I can get where I want to go. And my boss, you, is willing to help me get there. Have a development plan because it helps your people feel as a part of your company and know they have the room to grow. The third thing is, and we kind of alluded to this, that people want to know their purpose and the why with the company. So you have to communicate that. Again, people are not going to walk up to you and say, hey, will you please tell me my purpose and my why here? That's not the way human beings work. Sit down with your people, have a good conversation with them and explain to them, no matter who they are, why you're here. This is why what you do helps us as a company to succeed. Even if it's a person, say, I'll go back to the casino industry. We had people that they're cleaning the bathrooms, they're cleaning the toilets, they're sweeping and vacuuming. Their position was beyond important. You can't have people going into a nasty bathroom, dirty floors, a casino that just reeks like smoke. Their job is just as important as someone running the top. But it needs to be explained so they feel important. And then along with the development plan, they know that they can move up. So you have to take the time to communicate to your people why you're here, what your purpose is, and why it is important for the success of your company. Because when they know that, again, it's that sense of pride. It's that sense of feeling a part of the team, a part of the company, a part of the family. You're going to get people that work hard for you and want to stay there because they know they matter to you and to your company. The fourth thing is this. People need internal motivation. Yeah, external motivation, money, accolades, stuff like that. That's all fine and dandy. But when you have people coming into work because they want to, because they feel a sense of pride, they desire to be there, truly matters. Now, oftentimes people fail in this category as a leader. Everyone has heard, hey, praise publicly. Let everyone know what a great job you've done. Let's say you have a team meeting every Saturday, whatever. You got 30, 40, 50 people in there and someone did a great job. So you want to say, hey, check out Bobby over here. Bobby did a fantastic job. Everyone please stand up and give a warm applause to him for doing such a great job. Now maybe Bobby is an extrovert and just soaks that in and could not feel a more sense of pride and loves it. But what if Bobby is not an extrovert? What if Bobby is an introvert and actually gets kind of anxiety from public praise? He's going to start to feel, or she is going to feel a sense of anxiety, not feeling well, and that can actually hurt them and demotivate them. Go, I don't want to do a great job anymore because that public praise scares the crap out of me. I don't like it. But you as a leader, you got to take the time to find out what motivates your people. What do they value? Maybe for that person, they would just appreciate you walking into their office or you calling them into yours and saying, I cannot tell you what an amazing job you did. That was so phenomenal. Your reports took us to the next level. Without a doubt, without your reports, we don't get that big contract. Thank you so much. You're so vital. You're such an important part of this team, and I cannot thank you enough. And that's a one-on-one. And maybe that's what Bobby would crave. And now they're going to be motivated to go, see, I love my boss. They understand me. They appreciate me. They value me. Another thing that you can think of that motivates, a lot of times people say, well, hey, I want to learn everything. Give me all the training you got. I want to know everything about the industry. So you're saying, hey, so we got you set up on Saturday. You're going to go to this all-day workshop and you're going to learn about this, and this. So a certain employee might be like, fantastic. I can't wait to go. But if you cookie cut that and think everybody will appreciate that, what happens if you say that to the person who has their daughter's recital on Saturday, or Boy Scouts on Saturday, or they themselves have a puppy play date with a new dog they just adopted if they don't have children, or maybe they're looking for that getaway with their spouse, and what they value is family time. They don't want that extra training. That's going to demotivate them. But what if you're the boss that says, hey, you remember that you're taking the family on a camping trip Friday right after work? So you walk up to Bobby and you say, hey, just want to let you know, so appreciate you. You know what? Cut out here at noon today. But no. It's okay. Cut out at noon. Get on that family weekend. Have a blast. I can't wait to hear how your weekend was when you come back on Monday. That person who is motivated by family time is going to so appreciate that you understand what internally motivates them. Now, the last thing is we have to develop leaders. You got to do it. Here's the thing. So many people are promoted for their amazing technical skills. Perhaps you have an engineer that can just, they put together whatever machinery it is that you're doing. They are phenomenal. They're in their zone. Perhaps they work autonomously and they create for you. But they're so great that you want to promote them to like a team lead, where now they lead or manage, say, a team of 10 people. Now, they may be phenomenal at what they do technically, but that doesn't automatically translate to them knowing how to lead people. We manage processes, but we lead people. So we can teach someone how to go through the processes of things. But when it comes to leading people, that's a whole nother skill set. Here at Jasper Dynamic, that's where we're specialists. That's where our expertise is we develop people at all levels of an organization. And certainly if that's something that you need some help with, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'd be more than happy to have a great conversation with you about how we can help you. So here's the thing. If you don't take the time to take care of your employees today, you're going to be constantly taking the time to replace employees tomorrow. Now, on the flip side of that is, if you take care of your employees today, they're going to take care of you, they're going to take care of your company, and most importantly, because they feel great about working for you, they're going to take care of your customers. And at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. We have happy customers, we have repeat customers, we have referral customers. I'm Claudio Capra II, the CEO and co-founder of Jasper Dynamic. Reach out to us today for a no-obligation discovery call so we can work with you to retain and gain your quality employees.